Here we go, episode 97 uploaded, coming at you here on Horse Race Bets. Getting set for business on this Thursday. Looking forward to what's happening this weekend, and it's kind of the really fun time in the summer, especially for 3-year-olds, right? Remember all the studying that we did and everything that we watched going throughout the Triple Crown prep season and into the Triple Crown, right? We have all this data on all these horses, and all the horses that kind of fell off to the wayside, by the wayside, are now coming back. Right, you don't spend that much money on a promising 2-year-old or 3-year-old now to let them run in 1 or 2 races and then not come back. Right, they're going to come back and try and get something, and the chance to get something is coming up Saturday at Thistledown. It is all about the Grade 3 Ohio Derby. It's worth $500,000, mile and an eighth on Saturday. This is going to be really interesting because, like I said, you get these runners that are coming back that you haven't seen in a while. Right, Brereton's Baytown ran in the Rebel and the Arkansas Derby and the Peter Pan. Horrible every single time. We'll see what they do in this situation. Chunk of Gold, we talked about this horse, kept getting a piece. And I have to say, my old colleague Matt Carruthers would have called this horse, and they thought it was a negative term, but he used to call the horse a garbage collector. And a garbage collector is a horse that comes along late and kind of scoops up third and fourth. They're never really in contention to win a race. Chunk of Gold was in contention for a minute there to win the Louisiana Derby, but he couldn't keep up with Tiz-tastic. So he's interesting. I don't know if he deserves to be 7-2 on the morning line, but he's interesting. Then there's Capo Luca. That's a local horse. I love this kind of race at a smaller track, right? Whether it's Penn National, Thistledown, Parks, doesn't really matter. When you get the local horses that get a chance to kind of go up against these graded stakes placed or graded stakes winning horses, it's always intriguing, and that the local horse sometimes has an advantage. Capo Luca is interesting. We'll see if they're going to be able to handle the stretch out again. Now, McAfee is probably going to be your favorite here for Rick Dutrow and John Velasquez. I think the horse is probably the horse to beat, but I'm still a little sour over the performance in the Peter Pan. Like, I love the horse on that day at 7-1 and had every chance to win, and then Hill Road just ran right past him in the stretch. I'm not going to take a horse like this at 2-1. I just don't like it. I don't feel like that value is warranted. I don't think there's any value there, to be honest with you. So I'm not messing with McAfee because he's going to be 2-1 or shorter. Extradition. All right. That's a local horse. Try to make something happen. Stretching out to this distance for the first time. All right. Then there's the horse that's the clear-cut speed, and he probably will be the favorite. Clever Again. We know where the horse is going. He'll be out there on the front end, but he will have company. So I've got 3 green marks next to the horses I believe will be the speed. Clever Again, absolutely. Guns out of the gate. Okay? We'll get to the other speed in a second. Bohemian Style, I'm not quite sure what this horse is going to do. He doesn't really figure to be in here. The 8 is Curvino. We'll talk more about that runner in a second. Then the 9 is Master Controller, stretching back out from sprinting last time out. I would expect Chris Amey to be on the engine with this horse if he can. Like, if there's certain horses where I'm like, why would you be cute and try to rate with this horse when you know he can't rate and then push past? You need to get your ass out of the gate. So Master Controller needs to get his ass out of the gate. And then the outside is Moplex, another runner that needs to get his ass out of the gate. He's another runner that's never gone this far. He has speed, and his only way to go is to go to the front end. Now, the problem with that is 9 and 10 have speed, and they have no other choice but to go with Clever Again. But I guarantee you, Clever Again's going to probably try to rip their hearts out immediately, and he might just do it. However, if things go according to plan, right, the way I've handicapped this, there are 3 speed horses or 3 pace setters. I just told you, the 9, Master Controller, the 10, Moplex, the 6, Clever Again. Clever Again is classier than the other 2, there's no doubt. But pesky speed is still pesky speed. And it's there to tire out the other horse. If the jockeys on the 9 and the 10 don't automatically engage out of the gate, I can't think that you're trying to win the race. There's zero reason for you to be dilly-dallying when your horse only has one way to go. So 6, 9, and 10 have to go. And when they do, it's going to set it up for someone to run right by. Folks, I'm trying to tell you, Curvino is the one that will do it. Now look, he's definitely the kind of horse that you would call maybe a garbage collector, but I think he's very consistent in his run. I think he will be making a move. I love that Mike Smith is named on the horse. That might change. It always does with these out-of-town riders. But I love that Mike Smith is named on the horse. Mike will get this horse to settle. He won't be last, but he'll get him to settle behind the speed, and then he'll make that big move from off the pace. He's got a great closing kick. He just needs to be in the right spot. Mike will do that. 12-1 morning line on Curvino. That's my top pick for the Grade 3 Ohio Derby. Now, if we get scratches, and let's say the 9 or the 10 are out of the race, obviously it's not going to be a good setup for Curvino. But I still feel like Mike will put the horse in the right spot. Like I said, I don't want McAfee, even though I think McAfee is definitely live in this race. I don't see any value there, and I'm just don't really have a lot of confidence in that horse. I have more confidence in the closing kick of Curvino. So that's where I'm going. That's what we're doing on Saturday. But Ken, what about Thursday? Thursday's right in front of us. Let's get the money that's right in front of us. 2 chances on the turf course today. Yesterday we ran second at 15-1. We got a great trip from our jockey, and Kelsey Hart did a great job with Churchill at Canterbury Park. Got up the inside. Another horse got the jump on them at a bigger price, and we end up running second at 15-1. So today, I think we're in a better position to make some things happen. All right? Let's take a look what we're dealing with. Race number 7 on this Thursday, Belmont at the Big A. Race 7 is on the turf course. They're going to go 1 mile and a 16th. You get 8 runners in here. There's some pace. There's enough pace to set it up for the runner that I like. I'm going to go with a horse named Masterpiece. Now, Masterpiece, as you can tell looking at this, last time out was first time off of a little bit of a layoff, right? So they obviously need that race. So you get that race into you. Now you start to deal with, okay, do we have proper fitness or conditioning to move on to the next challenge, right? In this race, there's some speed. Inside definitely wants to go as they go 1 mile and a 16th on the turf course. Big Everest has speed for Miguel Clement. Joel Rosario going to be in the irons, right? Then we've got the 4 Strong Quality, has some speed in here. Like the 5 horse, Forever Super was the horse I liked initially, but that horse scratched out. And so now you still have the 6 Exact Estimates got some speed, right? And so now we're in a situation where Masterpiece needed that race and is not a deep closer. Just needs to sit, but has a 101 buyer on this turf course. It actually came in May of last year in the Grade 2 Fort Marcy. And in fact, Masterpiece is the only runner in the field that has popped that triple-digit buyer and should get a good pace setup. I told you there's speed in the race, and there are certain riders that, when you look at the rider, you're like, oh, yeah, absolutely. Jose Lezcano, great, solid rider, absolutely. I got no problem with him. I'll take him all day long. So we'll get 10-1 on Masterpiece for Rick Detro Jr. And now second off the layoff, they should be in a good spot, and we will get great value on this race. That's our first play of the day, race 7. Belmont at Aqueduct. Number 8, Masterpiece. All right? That's our first play of the day. Our second will come later on in the evening as they'll do the night racing at Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky. We thought some rain might be coming through there this week and this weekend, but it looks like it's going to be all clear, which is good news because we don't want them coming off the turf course. So what we're going to do is play race number 8 on the card from Churchill Downs. They go 1 mile and a 16th on the turf course there. In this situation, like normally on the turf course, I do a lot of selections where it's closers, right? Making the move from off the pace. This time I'm going to take what I believe could be controlling speed. New Rome is the 10. And I believe this runner, there's a little bit of speed in the race. I just feel like this horse only has one way to go. He really loves to go fast. So he has excellent early speed. We like that, right? There's some other speed in the race, but I'm not sure if they're quick enough or if they are, let's say, determined enough, right? This horse loves to go to the front end and loves to win races. Has won 6 of the 8 starts on the turf course. You just gotta like horses that like to win. Now, the only question here is the stretch out in the distance, right? If the horse can, he's not gonna have a problem getting it. We'll see if he likes it. It's just going a mile and a 16th. But I think he's going to be in a really, really good spot. So it's New Rome. There you see it to the outside. Great value. I mean, the morning line on this, 15 to 1. I like it a lot. Jaime Torres is in the irons. Like I said, they just need to get out on top. Now, Luis Saez has a horse that probably wants to sit right there. Eunomia, that's the number 3. They've got some early speed too. But I just think the 10 is quicker, and I know you can't outride Luis Saez, but if Torres can just get out there on the front end, get comfortable, I think he's got a great chance to take him all the way around. So we're going to go with him. The 10, New Rome, 15 to 1 morning line. That is race number 8 at Churchill Downs here on this Thursday. And once again, they're running later at Churchill, so you got plenty of time to take a look at this and see, if you want to follow or if you want to fade. It's all good. So we have great action coming up here on Thursday. 2 play of the day chances on the turf, Belmont at Aqueduct and Churchill Downs. Getting ready for the weekend action, right? We talked about the Grade 2 Chicago. We like My Main Squeeze in there with Luis Saez. And we just talked about the Grade 3 Ohio Derby coming up on Saturday as well at Thistle Down. We'll take the 8, Curvino, in that race. All price plays, all valid. They've all got a shot. Let's see if we can start to cash again. All right? Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. In the meantime, in between time, until next time here on Horse Race Bets, I'm Ken Rudolph. Let's cash today. We'll see you. And good luck and enjoy whatever you're into today.